Hey everyone, today I'm at University Estates North. It's an established community in Richardson, Texas. And would you believe it? It's like 70 degrees out here and it's a week before Christmas. So if you're thinking about moving to the Richardson area, you might want to consider University Estates North. So let's go on and let's tour what you can get here. So full disclosure, I actually live in University Estates North. My wife Britney and I, we just purchased a home earlier this year and we just absolutely love this community. And right now I am at one of the really cool areas of our neighborhood called Windmill Stables. Right behind me there's a bunch of horses. It's so cool. We get to walk our dog Jessie around the neighborhood and he loves coming right down here and playing with the horses. Beware the biting horses. So, you know, obviously if you live down here in University Estates North in Richardson, this is kind of like part of the neighborhood. But you're not allowed to come down here and pet the horses. You're not allowed to feed them. They are privately owned. I think like half the horses here are owned by the stables. The other half are privately owned. Just walk our little Jessie dog right down here, say hello to the horses. So some of these stables back over here in this part of the neighborhood actually back up to some of these houses. Now these houses right over here are technically in a different subdivision, but they're still within the boundaries of the University Estates North neighborhood, and those are actually the most expensive and upscale homes in our little community here. Some of these that you can see right over here. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. But what's really cool about some of these houses over here is the stables are like right in the backyard. And so if you are a horse type person, you might like something like that. Right now, I am walking next to the Richardson Women's Club, which is kind of in the back part of the neighborhood over by the golf course. And this is an event venue that can be rented out for parties, weddings, meetings, special gatherings, that kind of thing. In fact, our neighborhood homeowners association, which is voluntary by the way, just had their annual meeting over here a couple of months ago where we got to hear who the new board of directors are, what are some of the initiatives that are going on, how much money we've got in the bank account, and you got to meet a lot of cool neighbors that you might not have met before. And we had pizza, we had drinks, just a really cool little family friendly atmosphere around here, and it's all right next to Sherrill Park Golf Course. So right now I am walking down Ridge Creek Drive in University Estates North in Richardson, Texas. And right over here to my right are the only properties that are going to be on the golf course at Sherrill Park in University Estates North. So if you really, really want to be on the golf course here in University Estates North, you might have to get in line and wait, because these homes on these lots do not come up for sale very often. But when they do, you want to jump on them. And like I said, you might want to get in line, because I may or may not be looking for a golf course lot myself. One of the things that I just love about these neighborhoods that are like University Estates North is how mature everything is. I mean, these trees are just absolutely priceless. They're 30-year-old live oaks, and a lot of people that want to buy homes in and around the Dallas-Fort Worth area that are looking for one of these more established neighborhoods that have trees, you really need to be looking in something like this neighborhood right here. What was real popular back in the late 70s, early to mid 80s was these neighborhoods that were all custom homes. A neighborhood like this, and a neighborhood that I grew up in actually when my parents bought their home in 1978, all the homes were totally custom, brick, large lots, one-story ranch style, that had these master suites with a private master bath that didn't really come around until the 70s on a mass scale. And this neighborhood, University Estates North, is certainly one of those really cool, custom-built brick ranch home neighborhoods. And I don't know, I'm just really partial to that. Maybe it's because it's what I grew up with. Maybe it's because, that kind of home I felt safe and loved in when I was, growing up. And so maybe there's some nostalgia over that. But I remember when I drove through this neighborhood and I saw the sign up for the house that we actually ended up buying, we knew immediately that this was the house that we really wanted. I mean, I knew immediately, and Britney absolutely loves the house as well. But this right here, how mature and everything is, and just this 70s and 80s style ranch brick homes here that was real popular back then in the DFW area, I'm just really partial to. And if you like that kind of style too, I think that you'll definitely like University Estates North. So come be my neighbor. Okay, so now I am in my favorite part of the neighborhood. Yeah, I know. The grass is always greener on the other side, right? I don't happen to live in my favorite part of the neighborhood. But I'm walking down a street called Brandeis. And if you notice, I don't know if you know the geography of the area, there's a street that's called Yale that kind of runs through this eastern part of Richardson. There's a street that's called Yale that runs through this eastern part of Richardson, and University Estates North is actually the northernmost subdivision of a whole corridor of homes called University Estates. And there's a big street called Yale that runs right down the middle of it. So we kind of have a lot of those college names too. So Brandeis, Portsmouth, Normandy, I don't know, whatever else we got in here. I know Brandeis is one of them. And I know Yale is a college too, so. But the reason why this particular part of the neighborhood is my favorite is because the houses over here are some of the most stately and just ornate homes in the entire neighborhood. For example, this home right here, I mean, just an absolute gorgeous home. Well decorated. I love all the trim on the front door. I love this house too, right next to it. Just these huge cathedral roof pitches, all this awesome trees everywhere, these big front yards. This right here, Brandeis, even though it's not on the golf course, it's still one of my favorite parts of the neighborhood. just going to highlight some homes that have sold over the last year or two in University Estates North, just so you can get an idea of the quality of home that you can get in this East Richardson subdivision. As you can see, a lot of these homes that I'm showing you right now are very well appointed, updated. Some of them have been completely remodeled. That's what my wife and I did with the house that we bought. And if you want to get into University Estates, here's the type of home that you are going to get. Now, it's a kind of a small neighborhood. There's only about 315 homes in the entire neighborhood, and only about 10 sell every single year. So right around 9, 10, or 11 homes are selling in this neighborhood every single year. On the low end, you can get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home right around, say, 2,000 to 2,300 square feet. And you might pay, depending on the style and the updates, maybe about $375 to $475. You can also get larger homes like 4-bedroom and 5-bedroom homes, plus stuff with pools, 2,500 to 3,000 and up square feet. And you might spend more closer to the $450,000 to $550,000 price range. And the highest sale we've had in the neighborhood just over the last 2 years was $730,000, one of those homes over at the Stables. So if you'd like to be my neighbor and live in a home like this one in Richardson, Texas, then give us a call at our office. Our number is 469-998-3322. We'd love to show you what it's like living in University Estates North. And of course, if you want to be up to date on the latest listings and coming soon properties, off-market properties included in the University Estates North subdivision, then just go sign up and register at our website at mydallashomefinder.com/University Estates North. We look forward to working with you soon. Thanks.